Hello, I'm Suzanne from Making It in Maine. Welcome to my channel if you're new to it, and welcome back if you have been here before. I'm in the kitchen about to make applesauce. I have washed and chunked my apples. I leave the peels on because I love the beautiful blush color that they make my applesauce. Yes, so we went to an orchard. My husband and I went to an orchard last weekend and picked 36 pounds of organic apples. We picked mostly Cortland and some Jonagold. They did not have really any Max left because it's kind of late in the season. So I'm about to do that, and I was going to use the food mill that I have used for many years to make applesauce, which is this, and I have had wonderful results from it. But years ago, hold on, I will go to the frame. Years and years ago, in the 80s, I bought one of these. This box is a pretty bad shape, but it's a SqueezeO strainer, Garden Way SqueezeO strainer. And I have not used it for years. It has been stored down in the basement, and just for some reason today I thought, hey, I'm going to get that out and try it. Try it again. I don't know if maybe I didn't have good luck with my sauce the last time I made it. Maybe I have not tried it with applesauce. I honestly don't remember. I did buy another one of these several years ago. This is aluminum, which I don't really like aluminum coming in contact with my food, but the stainless steel one that I bought lets pieces of the skin through, making the applesauce just not as pleasant to eat because of the teeny pieces of peeling. You know, it's one thing if you're going to have chunky applesauce with the peeling on. This may be too hot for my mouth. So eating it like that is perfectly delightful. In fact, I'm tempted to take some out of here to put aside to have as chunky applesauce, because that was very tasty. So anyway, yes, I'm going to get a jar and do that. I'll just put some in this bowl for now. Because that way I'll be getting the fiber from the peeling. Because you lose that when you separate it from the skin. All right, so let me show you my SqueezeO contraption. Let me tilt the camera down. So this hopper, I'll call it, is where the apples go. And then I have a crank handle here, and that forces all the apple along here, and the sauce comes down here into the bowl, and the skin, and I cored them so I don't have seeds and cores. pardon me, but all the skin will come out here into this bowl. So, let's get started, shall we? This pot is still quite hot. Just grab an oven mitt. Okay. It's been so long. I really wish I could remember if I have used this for applesauce. I've used it for a lot of tomatoes. You have to have a different screen. I hope this is not the screen for berries. That's all I can hope. Because back in the day, you could order different screens. You could order one for, well, there's a screen for berries, and then there's a screen for tomato and the like. And I just hope that this is going to work with my applesauce. Dump the rest in. Okay. Fingers crossed. Here we go. Let me tilt you down. So I don't know if you can see. Yeah, I guess you can see the drippage here. Yeah, I'm seeing some juice going into my discard bowl, but we shall see. I'm gonna come around here so I can crank it faster. Well, it's looking good so far. Looking good so far. Ooh, that's grizzly looking. Grizzly looking stuff going into the discard bowl. Yeah, why does that look so grizzly, I wonder? I'm going to taste a little bit of this coming off the end because I guess it's okay. And what I mean by grizzly is just looks very dark. Ooh, kind of frightening, really. I'll show you. Whoa, what's happening here? See, look at that. Like how dark it is. I don't know. I'm not impressed with the looks of it, but luckily, it's going into the discard. So let me mix this spoon. Sorry to be back and forth, but you know, this is real life. Yeah, it's just some of it's looking kind of gray. I don't know what that's all about. I wonder if the screen thing wasn't properly cleaned. Yeah, I do not like the looks of that gray stuff. See, maybe this is why I don't use it for applesauce. Gotta get my plunger. My hopper, wooden hopper plunger thing. Sorry I'm out of the frame, but gotta plunge. Well, I guess I can I guess I can plunge. So I typically do 2 Dutch ovens worth of apples at a time. I wash them in the sink and pour them. Ooh, I don't know about this. I probably should just stop. I've already got this hopper filled, so. Oops, sorry for the noise. Sorry. Yeah. I have to take this apart when I'm through with this amount and see what's going on. Well, do you make your own applesauce? It's apple season, or really the tail end of it, so do you go pick your own? Do you buy them? Do you like eating them? What do you like to do with apples? Oh, I tell you, back in the day when I used to make desserts, oh, this one apple cake that I used to make was just so incredibly delicious. It's sort of like a custardy apple cake, and it has a little bit of dark rum in it. Oh, it's like the best, yummiest, one of the yummiest things I've ever eaten. Came from around my French table cookbook, which I've mentioned before. So I think that, I don't know if I'm gonna get more out of that, more out of the screen or not. I can't really see too much down inside the hopper, except a little bit going around the, see, and that's releasing, in my humble opinion, perfectly good applesauce. I just got to get to the root of why it's giving me that dark color. All right, friends, I think that I am going to stop the video and take this apart and investigate, and I surely hope this whole batch of sauce is not tainted because of that darkness. Okay, I'll be back. Here is my beautiful blush colored applesauce. So a Dutch oven sized pot yields roughly two containers. So and I have decided I'm going to try one more batch with my SqueezeO. And I hope to not have any more dark stuff come out. So let's see what happens. I'm just gonna dump the whole thing in there. All right, fingers crossed. Pardon me, I have a frog in my throat. All right, it's looking good so far. I don't think I'm seeing any gray. Okay, that's looking much better. Our apple tree did very poorly this year, very poorly. Really nothing to speak of from it, so that's why we had to go to an orchard. One year, we went to an old abandoned orchard, and my husband got up in the tree and shook it because it was all too high for us to reach. The apples were too high, so he shook it, and we took a tarp with us, and the apples fell on the ground, and that's what we used for apples that year. It was great. They were free, organic. Couldn't beat it. Yeah, so this is discarding a lot of what I feel is perfectly good sauce. I think I'm going to empty this into my compost. And give it a rinse so I can capture potentially more applesauce. All right. So I really shouldn't have had those spoonfuls of sauce because I'm starting my 3rd week of a detox. And the 2 weekend days of my detox, I do not eat any solid food. I drink protein, vitamin drinks for the entire day. I have some for my breakfast. I have some at 11:30. I have another at 3, and then my dinner drink is at 6:30. And that's it for the day. I can drink as much water as I want and herbal tea as long as it doesn't have caffeine. So yeah, it's going well. It took me a long time to start. Just you gotta mentally get set for it so you can be committed. But it's going well, and I have more energy, and yeah. I've lost only 3 pounds, but you know, we don't gain weight all that quickly, so it's going to come off not so quickly too. And it's better to lose gradually than fast. Boy, years ago when I first learned about so much health-related stuff, and I was seeing a functional medicine practitioner, and I had cut out all gluten and I think dairy and sugar, and oh, the weight was just melting off me during that time. It was really quite exciting, but anyway, I'd like to lose about, let's see, I just lost 3. I'd like to lose at least 7 more pounds. It's been really great to not be tempted by cookies at work. Because once you commit to something, it's great. And our overall health is so tied to our metabolic health, and having an even blood glucose level, so we're not having the spikes and the dips. And with those spikes, the dips are when you just crash and you're tired and draggy and you need more sugar or carbs to get your blood sugar back up where it belongs, and it's just this crazy roller coaster. So I'm very pleased with what's happening. I've also been getting in my infrared sauna, which is a portable sauna. I think I've mentioned it before on a previous video. When I was moving things around in my sewing room, getting ready to paint the floor, yeah, so it zips and unzips. So when you unzip it, you can collapse it and fold it up and put it in that carrying bag. So anyway, I have been getting in that several nights a week, and I've been cooking myself at 140 degrees. It's very good. So, you know, I don't know if it's a combination of the detox and or the sauna, but I've been sleeping better, I have more energy. Yeah, it's just great. Last weekend, took my sewing machine, excuse me, to the quilt shop for repair because I was working on something for my granddaughter, a little I Spy quilt, and oh, my machine started behaving terribly. So I took it up there last weekend. It's about an hour away, and yeah, that was fun. I hadn't been to that quilt shop for years. I think I've only been there 2 other times in my life, and oh, it was so fun to look at their fabrics. And oh my gosh, they have these beautiful hardwood homemade ironing boards. Ooh la la, I wanted one so badly, but I'm going to make one. I actually several years ago found a DIY. It's called a pressing board, but oh, I want to make one of my own, or have my husband help me. All right, I gotta get cranking a little faster. So yeah, those boards are made with gorgeous hardwood. They're so beautifully made, and the board fits over your own regular ironing board. So it's a larger, that is loose, my crank handle. What's I saying? Yeah, it fits over your regular ironing board, so, you know, and it's larger, so it would take up more space. So when you don't need it, you can just take that pressing board off and store it away or stand it up against the wall or something like that. But oh, they are so lovely. So lovely. After I get 2 more pots of sauce done, I'm going up. In fact, I may need to go up before to paint another coat on my sewing room floor. Oh, I'll be so glad when that project is over. I'm tired of it. I'm done. too much at the end of this batch. I listened to an audio book this week called 50 Words for Rain. Have you read that or listened to it? Ooh, it was a sad book. Ooh, this young woman just, wow, from childhood through her adulthood, what a rough life. It was good, but oh, kind of intense with how sad it was. Now I'm listening to another book, you know, got good reviews, and I don't know, maybe I didn't read the synopsis well enough or something, but so much about finance and investing and money, and why did I choose this? I don't know. Anyway, that one's called Trust. I'll see it through, I guess, since I'm able to do other things while listening, so it's not like it's a waste of time reading it. I probably, if I were reading it, I would abort, because the first part of it was interesting enough, but then it's like it changed to a different part, and it's like, it's just weird. I don't get it. Let me know if you've read either of those books and what you think. You can let me know in the comments below. You have to be logged in to comment. And I'd love it if you subscribe to my channel, if you want. All right, I think I'm going to stop this now, because the only stuff coming out is from the discard end. So here's a full bowl. Probably get more than 2 containers from that. Let's see. Let's just see. I've got my paint stained leggings on in anticipation of going upstairs to paint more floor. All right, let's see. Stir this around. Let me get rid of this pot. Make myself a little bit more room. Stir this around. Oh, I'm so glad this excuse me, this didn't have any of that awful rustiness. I'm going to sample again. Very good. I'll tell you, I was looking in, let's see if I can do this without making a terrible mess. I was looking through the SqueezeO book, and I usually, so this is just apples. No sweetener, no spice, no lemon juice, nothing but apple. And that is my favorite applesauce. But when I was looking in the SqueezeO book, yeah, this is more than, I don't know if I can get 4. Looking in the SqueezeO book, let's spit it out, Suzanne. And there was a recipe in there that sounded very good. So I think I am going to try that for one of the batches just because it sounded so yummy. As soon as I put this bowl down and rinse my hands, I'll tell you what it's called. All right. Ooh, just looking at making my way back to the applesauce recipes, but I'm in a pumpkin section right now, and this recipe is called pumpkin caramel custard. I love caramel flavored stuff. Custard cups. So you put it in a custard cup, pour custard over sugar, set dish in pan of hot water and bake for 50 to 60 minutes. Remove, chill. Half a cup of sugar, 1.5 cups of milk. Yeah, that won't be happening for me because I don't do milk and I'm not doing sugar. Pumpkin bread, squash pie, squash spice cake. All right, back to the applesauce. So, this applesauce is called allspice applesauce. Oh, shoot. I don't have any lemons, I don't think. So it calls for cinnamon, aside from juice and zest of the lemon, it calls for cinnamon, ginger, cloves, nutmeg, allspice, mace, and honey, which I would omit. But doesn't that sound delicious? I think so. All right, now I must chop more apples. I thought I would show you a bit of the process from this angle. You can see the peelings and discard coming from the end of the cylinder, would you call it? I don't know, the screen going into the discard bowl, and then you can see the apple squeezing through the screen, and you can see it flowing down the chute into the bowl. Here is my tower of applesauce. Yeah, so that's all going into the freezer, except for the one in the jar that I'm going to give away. So yay, applesauce made 2024. And I do have a lot more apples, but those will be for eating, and my the batch that I want to make with all the spices, the allspice applesauce, but that won't happen today. Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing my applesauce making process and the results of that. And I hope that maybe you will try making applesauce if you have never done so. It is so delicious. So, yeah, I hope you stop back to my Making It in Maine channel again. Please like if you enjoy my randomness and what I'm making and doing here in Maine. And yeah, like, share this video with people who you think might enjoy it too. I'd love it if you subscribe. If you subscribe, you can leave a comment, and you can click on the notifications icon if you want to know when my videos are landing, because as I've said before, I'm pretty random right now. So anyway, dear ones, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.